Hello, hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you all are doing well. Today's video is going to be a raw and real video about how I successfully made it to the rejection list of SPJIMR Bombay. Now, if you are a CAT aspirant, you know that SPJIMR holds a very big value. It is one of the top 10 institutions among the country. Some say it's even in the top 5 ranked institutions because of the legacy it brings. On their website, if you haven't explored it yet, please go and check how the legacy of Bharatiya Vidya Bhavan has been helpful and immense in transformation careers. So, as part of my CAT 2024 journey, I had this Dream B School call which I was looking forward to. On 18th of February, I visited Mumbai in the SPJIMR campus for this whole interview process. In the group interaction 1, we were 5 students who were sitting with a panel. There was a professor and there was an alumni. And this is where the interviews of SPJIMR is very different. Their experience is very different. You usually have one-on-one interviews, but here we are a panel of 5 members. And in fact, before the interview also, we were given a case study which was related to a real-world business problem, which was to be discussed in the round 2. A lot of questions in the round were based on our background, work experience, the form which we have filled to, come so far. And after that, it was an eliminative round and I made it to the round 2 of the interview. In my round 2, we again had 6 students and 2 esteemed professors were again taking our interview, and both the interviews were there for 40 to 45 plus minutes, and we had a very healthy, productive discussions around a lot of problems. In fact, from our work experience, then we discussed real world problems and then the case study as well. The quality conversations that happened not only in the interview room, but the productive conversations that happened afterwards. The set of people I was able to meet in person, learn about their career trajectories. It was one of the best interview experiences that I can recall so far. In fact, I had never been to Mumbai, so it was one of those experiences as well where I was exploring a new city because of this interview process. And I was really looking forward to the result. But that's when I would like to share my results, raw and real, with you. How the dashboard of SPJIMR looked like. So on 25th March 5 p.m. I received this email that the results are out, and on their dashboard I received this notification that Vaibhav, we have closely reviewed your candidature for admission to the PGDM batch. We appreciate your achievements and credentials as part of your applications for a place in the incoming batch, where we have received a large pool of strong applications. Given the overall pool, we regret to inform you that your name does not feature in the list of candidates to whom we have made an offer or who are potentially waitlisted. The decision is being made by the admission criteria defined by SPJIMR for the PGDM and PGDM-BM programs. However, please note that this is not a reflection of your personal qualities and achievements or your potential for success in the field of management. We have a fixed batch size that can be admitted, and this decision flows from that. We wish you the best in all of your future endeavors and thank you for your interest in the PGDM-BM program of SPJIMR. Now guys, why I'm again sharing this with you as it is this really hurt me because I was surprised and disappointed because I was really looking forward to this shortlist. And even though I know that there is a lot of competition involved, there are a lot of candidates who might have performed better than me, and there are only limited seats. In fact, I was potentially shortlisted for PGDM operations which had only 60 seats. Not everyone is going to be making there at SPJIMR institution. But it hurted me the most because my timeline was a little bit different than other aspirants. For me, I incurred a very serious accident which took 6 to 7 months of recovery during this whole period. And while I was, going through this journey, I made sure that I am not giving up. I was really looking forward to my MBA dream. And that's where I had all these negative thoughts coming in my mind that now my MBA dream is over. And maybe what I'll be going to be doing is either explore the GMAT option or CAT 2025 option. And at that point of time, a lot of negativity was there, not because I didn't give my best. In fact, I gave 100% of the efforts. But since I didn't receive the results which I was looking forward to or hoping for, or not being waitlisted in the program to say the least, this led to a lot of depressing thoughts for me. And how I handled that was I reflected on my journey again. After my accident, despite due to the health challenges, the limitations which I had, there was a time where I was, about to give up. Not because of my willpower, but because of the lot of external factors that were happening in my life. But I didn't give up. I made sure that I'm showing up for the CAT examination, I'm showing up for the interviews, I'm giving my best as I can based on my experience and my learnings in those interviews. And after doing that and realizing that interviews are not just make and break, but there is a lot of other considerations which is taken into account, which could be your profile, which could be your quality work experience, your relevance of work experience to the program which you want to join. And those factors are not in our hands, right? So that gave me some different perspectives on the way on how I looked at things. And that's where I told myself that I didn't come this far to only come this far. And that is the learning I want to share with you guys. If you are an aspirant maybe who was potentially not able to convert your shortlists, because maybe even after giving your best, maybe on that particular D day, something went wrong and maybe other candidates perform better than you. Certainly that's not a reflection of your potential, because these competitive examination and interviews, these are very dynamic in nature. There's no particular set of questions which are going to be asked in interviews. There are a lot of discussions that happened at once at times, and you have to be very mindful in your answers when you're approaching those problems or those answers. And once you're part of this process, what I've usually seen is people only celebrate success. You will not see people posting about their disappointments or rejections on Instagram or LinkedIn or YouTube. And that's where the motivation of creating this YouTube channel came in from. Obviously, I have shared videos already on my Big Four journey, the consulting journey, the experiences which I've had in the last 2.5 to 3 years. But now I'm also looking forward to share the value additions which I can make based upon my either success or failures or whatever I have learned in the last few years. Because like you, I'm also a person who is, figuring out his career trajectory. And definitely, usually the results which we look for, many a times they are not in a way which we are looking forward to. Many a times, God has its own way of, finding directions for us. And maybe things do not go as planned for us. But what I want to highlight is, at least if you are someone who has had high expectations from yourself and set high standards for yourself, and then took consistent steps in that whole journey, made an aim, and who you are someone who was looking forward to that journey, my friend, I would like to applaud you. I would like to appreciate you for your journey. In my case, I am actually at a very good space because I am already having a job and I'm continuing my job with Deloitte right now. And at this point of time, I also see a lot of people who have either left their jobs or are only solely preparing for CAT in the hope that they get a very good B school. And my heart reaches out to people when luck doesn't favor them, and even despite their best effort, they're not able to, convert the best interview calls which they have, or if you're potentially waitlisted. Having said all that, I would like to just, say this, that my aim to create these YouTube videos is such that I'm sharing my learnings along the way, and I'm also learning from the YouTube community and your learnings. If you're someone who has maybe, faced a similar trajectory, if my path resonates with you, let me know in the comment section as to how you are dealing with it. Because when one opportunity closes, another opens. And that is something which I want to share before I end this video. So on 7th of June, just give me a second to check the date. Sorry, 6th of May 2025, around 7 p.m., I got a shortlist call from Tata Institute of Social Sciences ODCL program. A program which only had 39 students shortlisted in its first shortlist from a highly competitive pool of students. And that not only the whole journey tested my resilience and patience, but when this shortlist came, it gave me a lot of hope. And that's where my second question to you is, if you resonate with my journey, I would also like to know if you have faced a similar situation in your life where you have to choose between two equally good opportunities, and how you approach those things. Because for me, I am choosing today between my career trajectory and journey at Deloitte versus pursuing my journey either in TIS ODCL or few other B schools which I'm looking forward to. In fact, I'll be making a video next very soon on what are the B schools which I'm looking forward to and how my career trajectory would be looking like in future. But until I share that, the things which I want to ask you is, do share about your experience regardless of success or failures, and do let me know what are the perspectives you think, because not everything in life is ROI based, right? You have to think it from all the perspectives as much as you can, because education, higher education, is a quality addition to your life. So until we meet next in our future videos, I wish and I hope that you are doing best as you can, and I wish that you get the best result as they are. Until then, please take care, be courageous.